Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Prelims series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy. So today in this video let us discuss the topics of 22nd of January 2026. First we are going to discuss about the Bharat Rang Mahotsav, and second about the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize, and third about the Greenland, and fourth about the Haiti, which is a Caribbean nation mapping. So coming to our first topic, that is the Bharat Rang Mahotsav. So the 25th edition of this Bharat Rang Mahotsav is going to held from this 27th January to the 28th February 2026 in its most expansive and the inclusive edition to its date. So in this 25th edition, for the first time in its history, it has also included the theatrical presentations from the LGBTQ community, sex workers, senior citizens and other underrepresented communities also. And in this 25th edition of this Bharat Rang Mahotsav, it is also going to showcase the foreign nations theatres also. So at least one country from the one continent. So getting the international exposure. So in this 25th edition of this Bharat Rang Mahotsav, it is going to include at least one theatre performance from one country from all the 7 continents. So from one country from each continent. This Bharat Rang Mahotsav is the India's largest international theatre festival. It is the largest theatre festival and the largest theatre festival in Asia. It is considered as the largest theatre festival in Asia. It was started in the year 1999 and from then onwards it is continuing annually every year, and it is organized by the National School of Drama. So this is important here. So this National School of Drama was initially established by the Sangeet Natak Academy as one of its constituent units. But in the 1970s, it is registered as an autonomous organization under the Ministry of the Culture by getting the full finances and the support from this Ministry of the Culture. So this National School of Drama is an autonomous organization under the Ministry of the Culture. It is organizing this Bharat Rang Mahotsav. Remember, Bharat Rang Mahotsav is a theatre festival which showcase all the theatre, the regional culture, all the theatre forms of India as well as the abroad. Now coming to our second topic, that is the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. So this year the Mozambican rights activist and the humanitarian activist named as the Grasa Machel was selected for this Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for her contributions in the education, health and nutrition, economic empowerment and the humanitarian action. It was carried under the difficult circumstances. So this Indira Gandhi Peace Prize, in short it is known as the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize, but its full name is Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and the Development. Peace, Disarmament and the Development. It was started in the year 1985 by the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. So what was the purpose or the objective of this Indira Gandhi Peace Prize? That is to commemorate the Indira Gandhi's, our former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's outstanding contribution to the national as well as the global well-being. Along with her commemoration of Indira Gandhi's contribution, it also aimed to promote the causes in which she has posed. And the prize shall be awarded annually every year, and the prize value is of 10 million Indian rupees or the equivalent of the foreign exchange. And coming to the composition of the jury, the decision making body or the selection of this prize, that is it includes the 5 to 9 persons which are named by the chairman of this Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. So what are the eligibility conditions to get this prize? Who is eligible? So any person or any organization. It is given to the individual as well as the organization without any distinction of the nationality. So to whichever country she or he belongs to, or any race, to whichever race or religion. in recognition of the creative efforts towards. So any person or the institution without any distinction of the nationality, race and the religion, whichever or the whoever has contributed in the following efforts. That is the first is the promoting international peace and the disarmament, and the racial equality and goodwill and harmony among the nations, international goodwill. And second, about the economic development or the economic cooperation and promoting a new international economic order. And third, about the all-round advancement of the developing nations. All-round development of the developing nations. See here, mainly developing nations. And fourth is about the science and technology, ensuring the discoveries of science and modern knowledge which are used for the larger good of the human race. And last is the enlarging the scope of freedom and enriching the human spirit. So first is about the international peace, and second is about the international economic order, and third is about the developing countries advancement, and fourth is about the science and technology, and finally freedom, and that is the liberty and the human rights, human spirit. So in all these aspects, whoever has made the contributions or whichever organization has made the contribution, those all are eligible to get this Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. So who can recommend the prize? The prize recommendations may be done by the past winners of the prize, past winners and the former members of the jury and the members of either house of the Indian Parliament, whether from the members of the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha, and members of the other national parliaments of all member countries of the United Nations. A national and the international organization of the repute dedicated to the promotion of the peace and the international understanding, and any person or organization invited or permitted by the jury to make proposals. So all these members can make recommendations for the selection of this prize, Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. Now coming to our third topic, Greenland. So the Greenland is in news very often. So after the President Donald Trump removal of this Venezuela's president and the regime change over there, so now everyone is concerned, even the Greenland is concerned about the President Donald Trump intentions of taking up the Greenland over. So let's not deal with the implications and the decision of the Donald Trump and other geopolitical tensions. But now for the prelims perspective, let's know about the basic details, the location and the basic details of this Greenland. So its official name is Greenland, which is also known as the Kalalit Nath. Its capital and the largest city is the Nuuk. So what is the political status? So it is an autonomous territory within the kingdom of the Denmark. So it belongs to the Denmark. So that's why the Denmark is concerned with this Trump's decision and the Trump's actions. Its currency is the Danish krone and its official language is the Greenlandic or the Kalaallisut. Its population includes approximately 56,000 members, very sparsely populated island. The political and the administrative system of this Greenland, see, it is a part of the Kingdom of the Denmark as an autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark, but it enjoys the self-rule since the 2009. So Greenland has control over its internal affairs like the education, health and the natural resources. See, the natural resources comes under the Greenland only. But the other things like the defense, foreign affairs and the currency are controlled by the Kingdom of the Denmark. And its head of the state is the monarch of the Denmark, and it also has the local legislature, that is the parliament of the Greenland, and its language is known as the Inatsisartut. Coming to the location of this Greenland, it is very strategic. So it is located in the Arctic region between the Arctic Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. And it lies northeast of Canada, which is separated by the Davis Strait and the Baffin Bay. And here you can see, this is the Greenland here. This is the Greenland, which is situated in the Arctic Ocean, between the Arctic Circle and the Atlantic Ocean. And this lies northeast of this Canada. Here we have the Canada. And here you can see United States is here, and northwest of this Iceland. And here you can see it is the Denmark here. Now coming to the relation between the Canada, the location between the Canada and the Greenland, say the closest neighbor of Greenland is the Canada. It is only about 26 kilometers distance between Canada and the Greenland, which is separated by this narrow strait. And also we have this Hans Island. So through this Hans Island also they share a land border between Canada and the Greenland, and this Hans Island is a disputed territory over the Greenland and the Canada. Now coming to the Greenland and the USA, why the USA is concerned with this Greenland? See, USA has this major permanent base over this Greenland, that is known as the P2 Space Base, which is also known as the Thule Air Base. So these are the air bases of this United States which are present in this Greenland, and this lies northwest corner of this Greenland, and this space supports all the missile warning, missile defense, space surveillance missions and the satellite command and the control, and it is strategically positioned to counter the Russian influence in the Arctic. So how we have the Diogo Garcia base in the Chagos Island in order to contain the Chinese and the Russian influence in the Indian Ocean. And the same way we have this United States permanent base, P2 Space Base, which is also known as a Thule Air Base in this Greenland, in order to control the presence of the Russia in the Arctic region. And its highest point is known as the Gunchon Field, which is of about 3694 meter. And it is mostly covered with the Greenland's ice sheet, which is the second largest ice body on Earth after the Antarctica. As it is ice sheet, it has no long permanent rivers but the seasonal rivers. And remember, Denmark is part of the European Union. See, Denmark is part of the European Union, but Greenland is not as a separate country, is not part of this European Union. So as Greenland is an autonomous territory of this Denmark. Now coming to a mapping point, that is the Haiti, which is also a Caribbean nation here. Its capital and the largest city is the Port-au-Prince. Its official language is the French as well as the regional language Haitian Creole. Its currency is the Haitian Corde. It gained its independence from France in the year 1804. And Haiti has some significance in the Caribbean nations. It is the first republic in the Caribbean. So that means among all the Caribbean nations, Haiti is the first nation to elect the head of its state. And next, it is the first country to abolish the slavery through a successful slave revolution. So by organizing a slave revolution, Haiti is the first country to abolish the slavery. And it is the third largest country after Cuba and the Dominican Republic. So this Haiti is also part of the Greater Antilles in the Caribbean Sea. Coming to the borders, see, till now we have discussed about the Cuba and the Jamaica, right? So those do not have any land borders, but here Haiti has a land border, that is the Dominican Republic on its east. So this is Haiti and it is the Dominican Republic. It has a land border, and its water borders on north it has the Atlantic Ocean, and on south it has the Caribbean Sea. And here you can see entire the Caribbean islands. It's the Cuba, which is its neighbor, and Jamaica here it is the Haiti, which is sharing land border with the Dominican Republic. Mountain ranges include the Massif du Nord, Montagnes Noise, Massif de la Salle, Massif de la Haute. And its highest point is the Pic Le Soleil with 2680 meters height. Its major river is the Artibonite River. That's all for this video. Thank you.